What do all these movies have in common? That they are award-winning movies with multi-million dollars in box office sales? Yes, they are, but they are all made by a man named Steven Spielberg.
Tell me. So I love that. Right into a close-up from that. Tell me.
Steven Spielberg is a world-famous director, writer, and producer who has made some of the most iconic films such as Jurassic Park, E.T. and even Jaws. Steven is highly acclaimed, winning 3 Academy Awards, has been nominated for 7 Academy Awards for Best Director, and 9 films that he has directed have been nominated for Best Picture Oscar, and in 1987 he became one of the 83 people who have been awarded the Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Award and tens of other awards for his amazing contribution in the industry. We now know that he is an amazing and highly acclaimed director, but how did he get there? Steven started out his career directing a TV show called The Night Gallery in 1969 and slowly made his way up the ladder year by year, doing multiple TV shows and one movie, which sadly didn't do too well in box office. It wasn't actually until 1975, after many years of hard work, that he was offered to direct Jaws. As much as Jaws made $470 million in box office sales and is a movie people are still talking about 40 years later, it wasn't actually smooth sailing for Steven to create it, like many people would have thought. In the beginning of Jaws, they had planned to use a scale model of the creature that they had made. But when it went in for the first shark test, it came out of the water perfectly, head first, with an explosion of water, as planned. But when the shark hit the water, it flipped upside down, tail first, and then sunk. The shark model was out of use for 3 to 4 weeks during shooting. So for the majority of the movie, Steven had to actually scare the audience without actually ever showing the shark. For instance, when you saw the clip earlier in this video, you were probably scared because of the ominous music combined with the first-person camera angle. Your brain thinks the shark is going to pounce on its next victim, which puts you in extreme suspense until it does. And Steven knew this. He had you wrapped around his finger the entire movie, and you didn't even know it. Part of the magic of his work is to link between sound as well as moving picture. A large part of the suspense in this clip is to do with the music. If you change your music, it's not the same at all. Many directors just focus on the moving picture, and this is one of the things that really sets Steven off from the other famous directors. It's not up to chance that Jaws received many awards for the soundtrack.
Two notes, and you've got a villain. I don't know what to say about it. Totally brill.
Because as much as it's to do with John Williams creating amazing music for the movie, it's about what scenes you put it with and where. Spielberg aims to capture an emotional feel from his audience. This is shown through the various techniques and themes he uses. One of the techniques Steven uses is the reflection shot. A lot of movies typically show a shot where the focus is on a certain action and followed with the person's reaction. This is a 2-shot process. Steven has created a style where he can do this in one shot. This is shown in Schindler's List, where the main character looks upon his factory, and using a reaction method, you can see what he's looking at, and the reaction to it all in one shot. This makes you feel like you're in the situation, and it ties into the emotional factor he has in his movies. After Jaws did so well in box office, he became a household name, even being offered to direct the films Jaws 2, King Kong, and Superman. But Steven rejected the offers, even though they became hits, and went in the direction of E.T. Instead of talking about E.T., we're going to skip through that period all the way to 1994, when Jurassic Park was made. As amazing as Jurassic Park was to watch as a movie, it wasn't just a movie. It was a landmark. You see, Jurassic Park was the first movie to ever use CGI as a main character in their film. Movies before that, such as King Kong, were made using claymation, the same thing they might have used if it wasn't for Steven Spielberg. Think about all the popular CGI movies there are today. If it wasn't for Steven, you might not be able to build a snowman and ride your bikes around the hall. And that's another part of the magic of his work. He wasn't scared to make Jaws, even though the shark was broken, and he wasn't scared to use computer animation, even though that was relatively uncharted territory. Apart from the film's groundbreaking CGI, the film was also very interesting because if dinosaurs were used before Jurassic Park, it would just be theory and information based, or even fighting and conflict between dinosaurs. But the idea of human interaction with dinosaurs was unheard of, and that's an element that made it truly interesting. Also, the music and camera work, similar to other Spielberg movies, made the suspense unbearable. This also added an element of brilliance to the movie. I could go on for hours on his different movies showing you countless examples of amazing films, but I think after all I've showed you today, you'll realize how amazing of a director, innovator, and storyteller he truly is. And next time you watch a Spielberg movie, I hope you can truly appreciate the magic of his work.